You vanilla. You boring, dog.
Shots ring out. People shout. Shots ring out. People shout.
How rich
Shots
am
ring
I?
out.
I still can hear the air shots from the trailer hitch on that semi. SRT on that Glico, 33 in that Gen 5. My little niggas wigging and turn the beat to a river. The shots rang out. Heading in my direction, bopping ties, my hub, bringing a whole 50 guap out. We pop out at your party, free Karoo, Dooley, and Sharky. Puff up and learn where I'm from, like I grew up in Marcy. Have on Preston bubble for the times, and we ain't had no thing. You spin a deuce, shit look like I'm trying to two-track a sample, spray your block and tag your whip up. These niggas know it's not stuff tape on the handle, on the stick, lit like a Roman candle. While they keep watching reruns. I heard this show was canceled. All the business getting stood on. Every issue gonna get handled. Every pistol gonna get break.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages in space and time. Whoop! Welcome to the podcast for underappreciated wrestling fans, Wrestling Talk. I'm here with my beautiful, sexy, adorned guest, Mr. D-Walk.
What happening?
And also, I'm here with my girlfriend, Cardala.
Yo.
It was a joke, but I love my wife. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to do a nice little special talk and wrestling talk about casual fans. Now, there's AEW, PW, there's AEW, WWE, TNA, NWA, NJPW, GCW, and various other things. PWG.
Women Crush Wednesdays. Oh my god, I can't say it. WCW.
WCW.
The only thing I recognize is Women Crush Wednesdays. So
It was actually World Championship
that's
Wrestling.
gonna be outdated, and people are gonna look at me like I'm an old lady, and that's kind of driving me
And
crazy. But anyways,
we haven't even touched Women of Wrestling too. That's World of Wrestling. But either way, what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, today is talk about 5 Pacific matches and talk about a casual fans review of those 5 casual matches.
yes, this one's mine, ladies and gentlemen. This
Yeah.
one's mine.
And for me and D-Wog and Mr. Joe Biancio when he gets off the crapper, thank you. We have seen these matches thousands and thousands of times. But for Mrs. Invisible Woman, she's never seen them. So for the first time ever, let's start from ending to beginning.
Okay.
Let's talk about the debut of The Fiend versus Finn Balor and her first time reaction. Now, I'm going to be quiet, and she's going to describe what she saw because she saw the entrance without me saying anything. Go, princess.
Okay, so for context, Alex gets up, moves to a different seat entirely so that I can't see his reaction, and then lets me watch his introduction. So I see the Fiend's introduction for the first time, and it did send chills down my spine. Like, we both kind of said it at the same time. Like, it still gives him chills. It gave me chills. And we initially had a different match planned to watch that was longer, and we kind of compromised on a different one. But I wanted to see The Fiend. I wanted to see like Bray Wyatt because, I just wanted to honor him and see his wrestling. I didn't get to, be a fan of his while he was here. So I like to honor him in some way and appreciate his wrestling. And damn, did he show up for his debut. I mean, like, that was over way quicker than I anticipated. But it was a good one. And my boyfriend and I had a nice conversation about, the different nerve points and learning those and such, because obviously that was his finishing move, was sticking his hands in Finn Balor's mouth and knocking him out, like barely 5 minutes into the match. But yeah, it was an amazing debut. It sent chills down my spine. And he has his, Firefly Funhouse, the show. And I mean, yeah, you can see it in his eyes. He has such a colorful inner world. And like, I really appreciate that. So yes, all of the admiration in the world and love for Bray Wyatt. May he rest in peace.
Thank you. Now, Mr. D-Walk, if you remember the match between The Fiend and Finn Balor, what were your thoughts on the match and the Firefly Funhouse?
Okay, first, this is all I'm about to say. These 5 matches we doing tonight was way better than Saturday Night Main Event tonight.
Woo.
Second of all, like it was a waste of time. But Finn Balor and the Fiend, it just gave you an idea how perfect Bray Wyatt was. Like the man had imagination out this world. He had an imagination like we was kids and brought it to life. Bray Wyatt was underrated to me. The Fiend was underrated to me. This match was probably one of the best.
Yes. I get that. Now, I watched this live, what they used to call this pay-per-views. This match, and I watched it again, and to give it a perspective of not telling my girlfriend what the reaction was. And again, she said it perfectly. I went to another side of the room, and I didn't say anything, not one word. Why? Because I wanted her to see everything. Again, this was his direction. The camera angles, how it was made,
The mask, like the details, the special effects, like
Yes.
it was all really cool and really well thought out.
the fun part
And I've
about
seen
that.
it before, but
Yeah.
it was nice to get a refresh and learn more about it. But
What were you-
continue.
What were your thoughts on the lantern?
I loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously they gave it a lot of showtime,
Yeah.
and we talked about, it was created by the same guy who made the Jason masks, right?
Yes.
I thought it was cool. It's like amazing. I love it.
Now, highlights of the match: Finn Balor just came back from if you remember D-Walk from that shoulder injury he had with Collins.
Yeah, we had to relinquish the world heavyweight belt.
Yeah. So he was just, and again, the cinematography of this match: Finn Balor wearing white, the Fiend wearing black, doing his special moves. No matter what Finn Balor did, the guy got up. The guy got up every single freaking time. He did a shotgun drop kick to the Fiend in the corner. He got up. He tried to do a double stomp. He got up. And I had to explain when we get to another match. I had to explain what the mandible claw was to Cardala because she's never seen it before. And I try to tell people like the mandible claw is a real nerve pinching move, but the way that the Fiend did it, it's a pop up move.
Yeah.
Like out of nowhere, he just has to put your hands in your mouth, boom, you're done. And I have to give credit to the ref because the ref was doing perfect jobs. At the same time, while Finn Balor was getting choked by the mandible claw, the ref was putting his hand under Finn Balor's shoulders to be like, if you stop moving your shoulders, I'm going to count. You're moving your left one, you're moving your right one. You're not moving your right one anymore. You're moving your left one, you're moving your left one. You're not moving your left one anymore. 1, 2, 3. And the Fiend putting it in his mouth 10 seconds, like about 15 seconds after, like just still like digging his fingers into his mouth.
And you can see Finn Balor, like once he woke up, was like fucked up.
Yeah, he was fucked up,
fixing himself and shit.
Yeah. And then this was awesome, chat. This was awesome, Chance. After the fact you got buried, bro. So, thank you.
Hey.
Go on, Dennis.
Thank Goldberg for fucking the Fiend runs up.
That shit.
That was oh man. He should have stayed retired.
Well, I told Cardala.
I was so pissed. I'm like, that's some shit.
I told Cardala that we're gonna go down the journey through the Fiend. I'm not gonna show.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You told me about Finn Balor's story about how he won the belt and then like with a dislocated shoulder and then immediately had to like come back the next week and forfeit it and be like, I can't defend this belt.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna show her that match because it was a great match.
You didn't show her Bray Wyatt, the original Wyatt.
Not yet.
Oh,
That's
man.
NXT, right? Not yet. I wanted to show her the Fiend before I show her the genesis of Bray Wyatt because Bray Wyatt in the genesis of NXT was glorious.
And then when he came to WWE, he gave Kane and Undertaker a run for their money.
Yes, but I showed her a little bit of Firefly Funhouse where he chainsawed the picture of it when he was the Butcher, and I hated when he was the Butcher. But we'll get to that later. Rating of this match, Mrs. Cardella.
10 out of 10. A plus.
A plus. All right. D Walk.
Nah, that's classic. That's in the vault. That's history. That's you gotta get that shit 100%, 100%, A plus.
I get that. I give it actually an A because again, it was short, it was sweet, it was a debut. It showed that he was a monster. He came in, he dominated, he left, bye.
So it should have been A plus for you then.
No, it was an A. It was because again, the Fiends.
An A is an A plus for me.
Yeah, for
10,
her.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
A top, 5 out of 5, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from Michigan. A plus and a is ain't no A plus. You get an A plus, you the shit.
A plus 1,000.
Yeah.
You could,
A plus 1,000.
Yeah.
You get that A plus on your card and everything, you the shit. Like, man, y'all can't tell me nothing.
A plus squared.
Okay.
A plus squared for Bray Wyatt, always.
Always. Okay. And again, I give it an A because of the fact that again, it was a great match. I think it should have been a little bit shorter. Just a little bit shorter.
It didn't have to be.
No,
I
just
didn't even keep track of how
again,
short it was.
the Fiend was theoretically a monster.
Yeah.
Like he was Jason Voorhees.
Well, half the time was just him like entering the ring. He
That's the
wasn't in
point.
the ring that long.
That's
it was
the
like
point.
a 2-minute match.
That's
How
no,
short
that
does
was
it
a
have
five.
to be?
That was a 5-minute match. It was a
It
5-minute
felt
match.
like a 2-minute match.
It was a minute and a half.
But-
It was 90 seconds
but
for the entrance.
But his
And then-
entrance wasn't boring.
No, of course
it
not.
wasn't.
But like I said,
And
It
that
was
shit
a-
gave you goosebumps.
yeah,
Mhm.
even for me and her. But like I said, it should have been like, and he should have came in, like dominated. Finn Balor tried something, it didn't work. He did, but again,
I mean, listen,
Yeah.
some of the other matches, the longest one is 27 minutes.
Yeah.
This one was like, what, 5 minutes?
yeah, 5 minutes.
Including entrance time and
No,
everything?
it was 7 actually. 7 minutes 54 seconds.
8 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, again at the end he finished. Then
Again, the entrances probably took up like
Yeah.
a good third of the time.
yeah.
So that compared to 27 minutes?
Okay. Speaking of that, from one end to the spectrum to the next, let's talk about. I love saying it like this: Justin Thunder Liger versus. That's how we say it in Japanese. And versus Rey Mysterio, girlfriend reviews for the first time. Now, what were your thoughts on seeing Justin Thunder Liger for the first time? Rey Mysterio as a 21-year-old. He didn't even have Dominic Mysterio yet. He didn't produce that kid yet.
He
So-
was 21.
21. So what are your thoughts on
21?
that?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where do I start? So much to go off of. Who won this match again? It was Liger, right? Like
Liger
he
won.
kind of dominated the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun match to watch. Like there was a lot of you could see the coordination and like communication between the two. And obviously I'm not really familiar with Rey Mysterio, but obviously I can tell that this is one of his earlier matches, given that Alex told me, etc., etc.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it was a good match. I give it like a solid 4 out of 5. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, no, I respect that. D-Walk, do you remember Liger
Oh.
versus Mysterio? I think it was like 96, 97.
WCW, oh man.
Yeah.
And that was like that era was like cruiserweights. That was Rey Mysterio just like was a good ass high flying. Like the Invisible Woman said, they had coordination. Like I said, they communicated with each other.
Yes.
That's one of Rey Mysterio's best matches.
Give me that.
If you ask Ray,
Okay, well, it was okay match. Like I was gonna show her Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero when Rey
Hoopy.
Mysterio. No, I was gonna show her when he was dressed up as the Phantom.
Yeah,
That was a good fucking match.
yeah. But like I
Okay.
said, this Rey Mysterio and Justin Liger. That match, it's a classic.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm gonna keep with it. I'm gonna give it A plus.
Okay. I respect that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there was a point where, like, every time they jumped out of the ring, Alex kind of told me about how that was planned, but they adapted, etc., etc. So it was kind of fun to see behind the scenes of communication between two wrestlers, especially when they don't speak the same language.
No, I don't.
And like they're trying to figure that shit out. So he told me, like, he kind of quizzed me, like there's this one move where Liger like steps forward and catches Rey Mysterio when he's jumping outside the ring, and he's like, why would he step forward like that? And I'm like, I don't know, you're gonna have to play it forward again, bro. And and he did, and I was like, oh yeah, he had to catch him because otherwise he would have hit the mat face first. So yeah, it shows you how wrestling is like very much.
And then this too, there haven't been a lot of too many matches that could do that now. High flying.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right. And
they perfected it at this point.
And to give a little context for Cardala, and I want to say this now, and most people don't know this. Now, again, I tried to emphasize that Liger was a Japanese wrestler that talked Japanese, right? Didn't know a damn word of English or even Latino or even Spanish at all. The way that wrestlers, even to this day, translate is to say the move that they're going to do. So if Huey's gonna do a Rana, he'll say, I'm gonna do a Hurricane Rana. And all the wrestlers are like, okay, fine, I understand that move. For Liger and Mysterio, this was, again, I had to explain to Cardala that Liger just retired. He retired a year ago. So Liger has been doing this for about 60 years.
I'm very interested in his mask.
He's changed masks a bunch of times. He's been in freaking TV shows.
It reminds me of the Vigilantes masks in Ponce.
Yeah, and that's the best thing about him. Like, this guy has been everywhere, has done everything. He's been to Puerto Rico too, which is actually pretty badass.
So it is inspired.
Yeah.
No, well, he did it his own way, but Justin Thunder Liger is a legend because his style is strong.
Yeah.
His power is power. Like, if you're skinny, he dominates you. If you're strong, he'll try to get you with power moves. And I had to explain to Cardala, that most moves that wrestlers use are based on other people inventing those moves. Right?
Yeah. It made sense because there's a move called, what is it? The Dragon Screw
leg whip.
Yeah.
Dragon Screw leg whip.
Yes.
And if you take out the word dragon, it kind of starts to make sense.
Yeah.
But the word dragon is there because that's the guy who invented it.
Ultimate Dragon invented that. By the way, on this and D-Walk, this was a treasure. This match was commentated by Dustin Rhodes, Mike Tenay, Bobby Heenan, and Tony Schiavone.
Oh, all-star lineup.
Yeah.
I went on a Google deep dive on Dusty Rhodes because I was convinced he had a Louisiana accent, but it's Texas through and through.
Yeah.
Straight Texas. But that's what I love about casual viewers. When I say those four names, you're like, oh, whatever. For D-Walk and I, Bobby Heenan, Mike Tenay, Tony Schiavone, and Dusty Rhodes on commentary alone. Alone are freaking you had Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
All four. Chill it.
Well, for context, ladies and gentlemen, Alex and I were watching The Circle the other night, and there was a question on the newest season where they ask, it's a wrestling question.
Yes.
And I happened to guess correct. The answer was Brock Lesnar. But I didn't really know.
No.
But, yeah, I mean, I'm learning, I guess,
That's dope.
The question was, by the way, who has been a wrestler and also been in MMA? And I was like, I looked at it it's Brock Lesnar. Because the question was Hulk Hogan, Brock Lesnar, and a third.
The Rock.
The Rock.
And I was like, I played it in my head. I'm like,
that's
UFC. Hulk Hogan, UFC. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. It has to be Brock Lesnar.
No, they would have been better off saying they would have been better off having Ken Shamrock in the thing.
Yeah, but even saying Ken Shamrock, a list of diehard wrestling fans, who the fuck is Ken Shamrock?
Yeah,
I
have never heard that name.
Exactly. For diehards, we know what Ken Shamrock. For you, you're like, who the fuck is Ken Shamrock?
It sounds like the Shamrock Shake from McDonald's.
Yeah, but I will give this to Liger. I had to explain to my beautiful wife that he invented the Liger Bomb, which what he did to Mysterio, where he did the Liger, he did the Power Bomb, but automatically the way he did the Mysterio, ladies and gentlemen, please look at this up. This is on YouTube. The way he Liger bombed Mysterio was very deliberate and like geometrically, like just straight down at an angle. And then he put the legs on him on his shoulders. 1, 2, 3. And what was funny, my girlfriend's like, "Oh, it's a 3." And then Mysterio kind of like lifted his shoulder up on 3. The ref's like, I'm getting paid for this shit. So 1, 2, 3, you're done. That's it. Oh, that's it. Go out of here. Bye-bye. I'm going back to Carolina. So I give this match a 4 out of 5. Because again, it wasn't the best Mysterio match, and it wasn't the best Liger match, but it was a good introduction to
But you got to give him that 5 because that commentary, man. That commentary. Imagine that commentary.
Fire.
Yeah, what if you had Michael Cole commentating? You couldn't. Man, it's an all-star lineup you just named up. Bobby Heenan, Mike Tenney. Man.
Dusty
Bobby
Rhodes,
the Brain by yourself?
And Tony Schiavone too, yeah.
Yeah,
all
Bobby
4.
the Brain by yourself? Oh,
yeah.
Man. Bobby the Brain was one of the top heel managers ever.
Yeah. And again, all 4 of them together was kind of like a weird combination. Even Dusty's like, and then Dusty Rhodes didn't know about the Dragon Screw Leg Whip, and Mike Tenay knew it, and Dusty was like, I remember that name. So you learn, like, this is 96, 97, so this is pretty cool. Like, this is really, again, I hear all 4 of them, like, Dusty Rhodes was there? Holy shit.
Yeah.
So I had to tell, and I understood his accent because of his lisp.
Keep it funky like a monkey, baby.
Yeah, he was, but I love him. Next up, we go a little back to the girls. Nikki Cross versus Asuka, last woman standing match. To give people context, that was a good match. To give people context, this was during Asuka's 500-day reign as NXT champion. Everyone was stepping up to try to get the belt off her. And at this point, Nikki Cross, who was in the group, was trying any way possible. And Asuka knew that no matter what she did the Nikki Cross kept getting up and smiling. So they stipulated this last woman standing match. Cardala, your thoughts on the last woman standing match? And the ending where Ronaldo said, "Oh my God, she hit light." Okay.
This was a good match. Like Alex said, Asuka couldn't defeat Nikki Cross because she kept smiling through the pain, and she still smiled through the pain
at the end.
To the very last moment where she just could not get up.
Them symptoms on drugs.
Yeah. Asuka did though. Asuka did get up, and every time she got up on 9, I was like, "Damn, girl, you're really pushing it to the limit." But this was a good match. It was they really sold it, and yeah, I give it like a solid 9 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Adam, you ever seen a crackhead get knocked out? No, they keep getting up. That's think about it.
I have not seen one get knocked out, but I have yeah.
Crackheads don't get knocked out; they get right back up. They so drugged and everything, they don't feel them and jump back up.
Time to get back up now.
Hey, I done seen it. Trust me, crackheads don't fall down.
True, but you get a 9 out of 10. D-Walk, what's your rating and thoughts on this match?
I'll give it a 9. Like I said, both of them underrated still to this day. But like I said, it's better women's matches than that. But like I said, I still give it a 9.
Well, yeah, we'll get into that later. But go ahead, Alex.
Okay. I give this match a 9.5 out of 10. You know we go by 5s. I give it like 4.5 out of 10. 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, this was great psychology. I had to explain to Cardala what like the psychology of this match was. Like Nikki Cross was going to do anything that she could to beat Asuka. She gave 4 fisherman neck breakers back to back. This back to back. And she kept like laying on her stomach and smiling like, all right, I won. And then Asuka would get up with her fist up, and then she'd get angrier and angrier. Once they got to the commentary table, and then Asuka hit the light, and then
He hit light.
And
But
then
every time Nikki Cross pulled something out, it was her who got hit. And you should know that by now. Like, if you're the one who's going to pull out the aluminum chairs, you're the one who's going to get hit by the aluminum chairs.
by the way, that's actually a trope of wrestlers. If you pull out something, most of the times you get hit by that same thing that you pulled out.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird shit. But the part that I liked,
Unless it's Triple H or Stone Cold.
yeah, the part that I liked when Asuka did the suplex to Nikki Cross on the commentators table in NXT. Again, the commentators table is so far away from the mat, from the ring, and I had to watch it like 3 times because it seemed I thought that Asuka like hit the commentators table and then she's just the whole momentum slid her, but no, she hit the part that was safe. Nikki Cross did not, and at the end, Nikki Cross is smiling, but she can't get up because her body is literally incapacitated. Asuka gets up at 9. Asuka wins. I give this match a 9, like I said, 4.5 out of 10. 5 because it was a good fucking match. And it showed that Asuka that at that halfway point could have lost if it wasn't for Nikki Cross running out of like energy in her body.
Yeah.
If it was like give Nikki Cross like 2 more minutes, she probably would have won. And that would have been an upset.
Hey, this Asuka now beat the shit out of Nikki Cross.
I don't know. This Nikki Cross now is fucking from the Wyatt 6.
But this Asuka darker, almost like Shinsuke Nakamura.
Like beginnings of the guy. I get that. Next match, we go a little weird. The Mankind versus Rock.
This is The Rock.
I quit.
This is after.
Oh.
Okay. So this one was unique because it was during the Super Bowl, and it's kind of funny how they did it. It was on a different channel, but they had it like perfectly timed to like a commercial break or something, like a halftime or some shit. So, the Super Bowl halftime, so it's like, all right, switch between the channels. We got a timer. We got The Rock and the Mankind fighting. And there's nobody in the arena. So it's just the two of them and like the crew or whatever. So they keep hopping from location to location, like the kitchen, wherever the crew is hanging out. Like it's just places we've never seen before.
Catering.
Type shit. That's the common theme with a lot of these matches, especially the last one we talked about, Asuka versus Nikki Cross. We saw like a lot of places that we wouldn't normally see, so that was fun. But yeah, this one I give it like a solid 3.5 out of 5. I'm not really like too familiar with The Rock's wrestling, but it seems like he was kind of like a cocky heel type shit. So yeah, I was like, damn, he's being really cocky, and then he lost the match. So I was like, oh shit. That's why. But yeah. What do you guys think about it?
Is that when The Rock burned Mr. Sacco in the oven?
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that's one of my highlights.
He took the sock off and burnt his ass.
Yeah. Please don't burn me. No, please don't fuck. I with that shit and burned it, and then they put the sizzling sound afterwards.
The oven was on and everything. Man, hey, old school Rock was an asshole. He was a prick. And
ego.
Yeah, his ego wasn't big as it was back in the day. The Rock was. Hey, you remember how he did the Nation? And how he did Farouk? Man. That's how much of an asshole he was. But
I get that.
Every Rock and Mankind match was dope though.
That's true. But what are your ratings of this match, sir?
Yeah, I get it's a perfect match.
Okay.
Especially after he burnt that nasty ass sock, I was happy as hell. Like, yeah,
that sock was dirty.
Is out of here.
Yeah.
It was like I didn't I feel like the Mankind definitely got like humiliated throughout the match, but then he won at the end, so it was like kind of on the.
But Mankind is he like a fucking zombie. He don't feel nothing. He just get back up. He lost the ear. He lost teeth. He lost teeth, ears, blood. He lost all that.
Brain cells at a certain point. But my thoughts on this match and the highlights. They went to the kitchen. At one point, they went back to the commentator's table, and The Rock was talking shit. And then at one point, when it was like, "Oh, Mankind's down," and then you see the hand of Mankind with the Socko pop up, like, "Nope, I'm still alive." So he came out the other highlight where they took Socko and they threw him into the oven. He's like, "No," and then you hear the sizzling. That was pretty funny. And then I had to explain who Vince who Shane O'Mac was, because like Shane O'Mac was on commentary as well, talking about. And then I had to explain that was actually Mankind going down the stairs.
Oh, he kicked him.
He kicked him like blah 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 blah. Like Mankind was a fucking G, because that actually was real pain that he took. So
when The Rock kicked him down the stairs, oh man, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I did not, because I saw that like, oh shit, this is real shit, bitch.
I forgot about when he kicked his ass. He Rudy threw.
Yeah, he threw his motherfucker down like, and then his head hit a couple stairs, a couple chairs on the way down. Yeah.
Hey, if you haven't seen nobody get kicked down the stairs or fall down the stairs, that shit is hilarious when you see somebody get kicked down the stairs like that. He kicked his ass.
It was
that
good.
was a perfect. Yeah.
Now, also good highlights. The bad guy doing a couple good hits back and forth. The Rock talking to Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon was on commentary, and like he was trying to sell WWE as a whole. This is soap opera. This is comedy. This is drama. This is all in one. And the WWE, WWF at the time. At the end, Mankind won by putting a forklift and a pallet on The Rock, which still counts as a pin for the 1, 2, 3. And you already gave the ratings. I give this match a good. It was a good 4 out of 5. It was funny. It was cool. Like, you know who Mankind was. He gets his ass beat a lot and he wins at the end. That's how Mankind was. He's a durable machine. And The Rock was like prime Rock here. He was just like D-Walk said, he was just an asshole.
Yeah.
He just didn't give a fuck about anybody, making fun of everything.
Wait till The Rock and wait till you get in The Rock and Austin feud. Oh man. That shit beautiful. That shit so funny, entertaining, like you don't even want to get up. Like I still watch it over and over again because that shit was hilarious.
Yeah. Okay, so we got a 3.5, a 4, and what was your rating, D-Walk?
Perfect.
Okay.
It was a good match.
1 to 5. All right.
Next up, this is the going back. I think this is the 1, 2, 3. This is the 5th match, actually. Yeah. Here we go. Last match. Natalya versus. My bad. There we go. Natalya versus Charlotte Flair. Girlfriend reviews. Now, I wasn't even around for this shit till the end of it. And I had to explain that one side had Bret Hart, which is Natalya's uncle. Charlotte Flair had Ric Flair. And I also had to explain the story of David Flair and the demise of him, and how Charlotte Flair didn't want to do wrestling, but it kind of like, all right, I'll do it. And then this was very early, very early Charlotte Flair, before the Botox, before the two Mexican, husbands, and the like. Put that out there. So, your thoughts on the match, Cardala?
Well, I honestly like this match. I feel like it was kind of a diva match, and we got into like what that is a little bit. But I don't know. I was very interested in Natalya in this match, which is sad to see that Alex said this wasn't really. She didn't, I guess, go too much further.
After this, she didn't do a lot of good matches.
Yeah, I mean,
at all.
To spoil the outcome, Charlotte Flair did win the belt. But to start off, Paige comes out, she announces the match, she talks about, the pioneers of women in wrestling and everything. Now she has the Divas belt, and this is for the NXT Women's Championship. So this is like first of the first, right? And so the two of them come out, we talk about the history and everything, like Charlotte Flair and her family, Natalia and her family with what's her relative's name?
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart, yeah. So we go into that a little bit, and it was a good match.
Oh, give you a little bit more context. The reason that these two girls are fighting for the belt is that Paige went up to the main roster with the NXT belt, but by standards of the law, she can't have the NXT belt of the main roster, so she had to give it up. This is why we had a tournament. We had a tournament. Natalia and Charlotte were the finals.
Yep.
There we go.
And so I guess this is the final match. It's the two of them. It's a long match. It's a lot of like submission holds and some cool flips, honestly, on the part of Natalia. Yeah, overall it was just a very skill-filled match, and at the end of it, Charlotte Flair pinned, I believe, right?
No, she did. Yeah, she pinned, but she did that. D-Walk, do you remember Charlotte Flair's first finisher? The one that she came out of nowhere and like she kind of did like a reverse sling blade on people?
It wasn't a natural disaster, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way she won against Natalia. She just came up from behind and Ken did like a back to
spinning
front.
Spinning DDT.
Yeah, basically. No.
Spinning diamond cutter. Something like a diamond cutter.
Yeah, back to the front diamond cutter. That's what she did. That was, and I try to explain to Cardella, like, before she did the figure 8, she would do that. She didn't want to do the figure 4. She hated doing that as a finisher. She's like, I'll do this for a while, but then like it kind of sucks. So kind of do your figure 4, but like augment.
Yeah.
So
well, yeah, like I said, I've definitely liked a lot of the moves on the part of Natalia, and but both of them displayed a lot of skill, and my favorite part was the ending, though. Like, after Charlotte Flair won, everybody kind of got really emotional, and the two wrestlers hugged it out and everything, and I feel like that was a beautiful moment because like this was back in like 2014.
Yep.
When there was a lot of pioneer matches for women, and so I feel like regardless of who won this match, it was still a celebration, for women, and you could see that with the two of them celebrating each other at the end of it. So yeah, and especially just the family aspect too, like Charlotte Flair and her family and everything, and coming through in that way. So that was cool.
Yeah, my favorite part when it was over.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, but like I have to give this though, like to give context of what she was feeling. Because again, this was a casual fan reviewing it without hearing the context of it. This was in this time of era of wrestling. No one expected Charlotte and Natalia to do a good match at all. So they bring in Flair and Brett to kind of like hype the match and say, okay, you have to watch the match because Bret Hart's there and Charlotte Flair and Ric Flair is there and you got to watch it. But you saw it yourself and it was a good match by itself. So a question for you, would it have been a great match or good match even if Bret Hart and Ric Flair was not there?
Yeah.
And that's the point.
I feel like I would have been less distracted by the two old dudes. And I was like, wait, who's who?
Damn. Why you say it like that?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean like But like at the end of it, like he told me who was who. He's like, the guy in the blue is
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
No,
Bret Hart. And then he was like twirling his jacket at the end. So I was like, I couldn't tell if he was celebrating or he was mad. And I was like, wait, that's him, right? But anyways, so yeah, again, casual fan problems. Like I'm learning the ropes here.
Yeah. And that happens. Like I said, I love this match. This was by far one of the only good matches that Natalia has done in the last like 10 plus years. Plus
20 years.
Yeah, 20 years actually. Almost no, it's been 10 years because this came out like 2014-15. So like this was like
it feels like 40 years.
Yeah, it feels like it. Charlotte, again, this was pre Botox, like going crazy and like pre-Charlotte. So I
still forget it.
Yeah. I get it. It was a good match though. I respected it because again they were trying to show out for Paige. because they were showing out for Paige, they had to do their best. And this, like, again, Natalia showed out, Charlotte showed out, and I'm happy for that. Bret Hart was emotionless because that's how Bret Hart is. He's always emotionless. And Ric Flair was like somewhat emotional. Somewhat. He wasn't all crazy. He was he's all right. He was all right.
Hey, in words of Ric Flair, I take Charlotte Flair to Space Mountain.
Makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. So, Mr. D-Walk, what are your highlights? What were your thoughts of this match, if you remember?
Better if Charlotte, better if Natalia wasn't in it. I don't know. She just don't really like. She like one-dimensional, boring to me.
Okay.
Like Roman Reigns said, she just like one position over and over and over. Yeah.
So what's your rating?
Fucking goddamn shit, 2.5.
Damn. Wow.
Again, this is a very old match. You gotta be like, I remembered it, and that's why I brought it up, because this was the only Natalia match that was actually pretty good.
Mae Young had better matches than them.
Damn.
Well, okay, here's my rating. I give it a 4.5. But this is after learning like what a diva is, like a diva wrestler. And that's usually not my type of match where they're just like stuck in submission holds and hair pulling and shit like that. But I don't know. This one was fun to watch because there was a lot of surprises throughout. And and I was also commenting on how the wrestler was a lot more handsy than usual. Like normally a wrestler would never like physically like pull a wrestler away, but this one did. So that was cool to see, how things have changed in the last 20-some years.
Yeah, Jacqueline had better matches than Natalia.
Yeah.
Alex said he's iconic, so. Yeah, but this was a cool match, and I'm glad I got to see it.
Of course. I will say this was the beginning of many things we're going to see soon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to next match that's coming up will be Mankind versus Undertaker Hell in a Cell. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. After that, we will see Mankind versus Daniel Bryan. 1 or 2 matches. After that, if I can get a chance, I can try to find one Lucha Underground match, at least one. And we will explore NXT back in the gold and black era. Because again, there's a lot of great matches. Bobby Roode versus Perfect 10, Johnny Gargano versus Alexander. Not Alexander. The guy who's he does the black mask. What his name was. He has a
Aleister Black.
Aleister Black, yes. Aleister Black. We're gonna go to a few more matches, but ultimately I want to show Cardala the joys of wrestling without all the filler bull crap. Like without all the the really like boring like things that no. I had to endure 2013, 2016 because I had to watch Daniel Bryan win the belt, but there was a lot of boring crap between that, baby. A lot of boring crap between that. So I want to show you the best parts. So Mr. D-Walk, tell people where they can find you on Wednesdays.
Wednesday, PUWF, NXT time with D-Walk. FaceTime, Meta, goddamn YouTube, Mr. Flint A10. Like, share, subscribe.
Please do. On the road to 100.
I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
You're almost there. Check out Mr. Flint 810 on YouTube. Check us out on Mr. Rico Reactions on YouTube. Check us out on Instagram, Snapchat, and all those crazy things. Rico Reactions are always Rico. Stay healthy, stay happy, and as the big man says in the sky, get some cookies, but never, and I mean motherfucking never,
make believe must see.
Eat some pie.
I like pie. What's wrong with pie?
Damn, Rican, where you found this? PUW WWF exclusive. This is the podcast for unappreciated wrestling fans. If you don't like it, suck our D-Walk, Joe BNCO, and the Invisible Man.